As soon as I posted the last post, the train stopped at Station 8. I realized that at the next stop I would have to get off and on the train. It was also time for another round, so I came out of my security compartment. I looked outside the train doors to check out the station. It was kind of the same as my local station, but had no guard booth. How lucky. No one has to work here. My thoughts were interrupted by a fast, dark figure that darted into the train. Wait, damn it, there was a rule about that. Suddenly I remembered the rule, and I quickly scrambled for the upper seating area for the first compartment. I had already found myself a very good hiding spot. I slipped under the seats and held my breath. I heard thundering footsteps walk towards me. I also heard the heavy panting, the sound someone would make after having nearly drowned. I felt something wet near my feet and looked down. I suppressed my scream as I saw a pool of blood spreading on the ground. It was a mesmerizing, deep red color, consistent throughout. The blood was thick and it oozed slowly to spread across the floor. The footsteps then went away. The train doors closed and the train got moving again. I got up from under the seat and there was no pool of blood on the floor, like I was hallucinating or something. I composed myself and decided to continue my round. As I reached the end of compartment 3, I realized that the travel doors to compartment 4 were now enabled again. I pulled out the sharp knife that the train guys had provided me and cautiously walked inside. The compartment was empty. Suddenly my eyes caught on the bloodied seats. I quickly pulled out the microfiber cloth that they had provided me with and scrubbed the seats. The blood went away pretty easily. As I got out of compartment 4, the automated PA system announced that it was Station 9. Big deal. I continued making my way back and realized too late. Damn it. The train doors closed and I cringed at what was about to happen next. Then all the lights in the compartment snapped out and all the travel doors locked themselves. I went to the entrance doors and tried to pull them open, but they wouldn't budge. I heard low moans in the dark. There were many of them. They rose out from under the seats. Some held weapons and some were barely able to stand. Some were calling. Then they started speaking.
We died here. You must too.
I got desperate and grabbed the fire escape hammer. I smashed the glass of the travel doors. I hit and hit until there was enough of a gap for me to get through. Luckily the train hadn't started moving yet, so I ran onto the platform and entered via compartment 3. While I was doing that, the zombies grabbed my ankle. Its grip was weak and I pushed away. I would never forget that icy grip. The train was completely normal. I walked back into compartment 4 and there was no zombies. The only proof of what had just happened was the smashed travel doors. At this point I was shocked and I couldn't really feel anything anymore. I went back into the security compartment. Suddenly I realized that the train was still stopped at the platform. I went into the driver compartment and realized there was no driver. I got into the seat and got the train running again. The train was set to work automatically, so all I had to do was start it up. I rested in the security compartment for the next 15 minutes before my round. I scrolled through Reddit, not even reading anything. My phone was the only anchor to reality that I had. Other than my phone was me, the train, and the set of rules. My time was up and I got up for another round. I really hoped that nothing would happen in this round. I couldn't deal with anything else. I walked out of the security compartment and walked into compartment 1. I heard a faint sobbing and immediately looked to my left. There was a little girl in a distinct red dress. She had her face buried in her hands. Immediately I looked away. The girl shouted after me.
Have you seen my mommy? Have you seen my daddy? Help me, please, I'm lost.
Why don't you help me?
I practically sprinted as her voice turned demonic. And guess what happened? Guess my luck. The lights went out and the train came to a stop. I quickly shifted to the seat closest to me and sat down. I heard the girl's voice again.
I'm coming for you.
Then she giggled. It sent chills down my spine. I then also heard soft moans in the dark and felt the same icy grip on my ankle. I shivered and started crying. Just leave me alone, I stammered at no one in particular. I heard laughs and giggles all around me. They were mocking me, laughing at my despair and misery. Anger surged through my veins. I punched aimlessly in the air, hitting nothing. Suddenly, I felt something next to me on the seat. Millions of bugs crawled up my legs. I screamed for help, but no one came. The lights came on all at once. There was nothing on me and no one around me. I quickly got up and went to finish my rounds. I passed through the compartment, checking each. Compartment 2, check. Compartment 3, check. Compartment 4, check. I realized, too late, the travel doors closed behind me. I pounded on the doors and swore loudly. I grabbed another fire hammer and smashed the glass windows in the travel doors. I hit the door more, but it wouldn't budge. After several hits, the metal was barely dented. And then I heard the noises coming from behind me.